And now for the moment you've all been waiting for. Hi everyone, it's me Gaming Do, and today, my Sleuth or Consequences. A review I'm really not looking forward to, and I'll get to that in a second. To start, the general reception for this episode is very hated. Everyone hates this episode. Maybe not Brawl in the Family or No Such Luck bad, but it's generally probably one of the top 5 or at least 10 most hated episodes of the show. And I have the exact same opinion. This episode is, to say the least, hot garbage. And I'll get to the reasons why in a second, but first, a little bit of an unpopular opinion. I think No Such Luck is honestly slightly better than this episode. At least No Such Luck, while it was mean-spirited, it did have multiple moments that made me chuckle inside of the episode, such as the sort of Tom Cruise, old records off the shelf kind of parody they did, where he was sliding down the floor with Lincoln, and besides that, I really don't like the episode, but there's really not a lot I like about this episode, and we'll get to why right now. Everyone except Lucy and Lincoln is super freaking dislikable in this episode. That includes Lenny and Luna, who are usually some of the most likable siblings in the show. They are just with everyone else at laughing at Lincoln's Ace Savvy costume. I mean, don't they know he's a big Ace Savvy fan? So maybe they should kind of expect him to put that on. It doesn't look that ridiculous either, actually, looking at it. And, it kind of makes me very sad to see the sisters like Luna and Lenny laughing at him like that, because they're usually really nice to him. And, I know the kind of argument between the good sisters and the bad sisters, like the nice sisters or the mean sisters, has kind of, at least a little bit, gone away over the years, because admittedly their personalities have kind of changed a little bit. Like, I don't think Lenny is quite as nice as she used to be in the first 2, maybe 3 seasons. But yeah, so even Lenny and Luna are very, very, very dislikable in this episode. But they're also 2 of the siblings that have some of the funniest moments in this episode, such as the Luna moment where she shows proof that she was at a concert when the toilet was clogged. We'll get to that in a second, the toilet clogging, but and she's chasing after McSwagger, and that's funny. And the "my favorite color is zebra" scene is really funny. And there's also a couple of Lucy jokes that kind of made me laugh. But outside of that, no, I despise this episode. How do you guys know Lincoln clogged the toilet? Can I ask that? Because, well, when he opened the door, the water sort of came out of the bathroom. There's still no proof that he actually did it. And then Miss Lola over here, the freaking tattletale, as I like to call her in this episode. I mean, she has an episode called A Tattler's Tale, but I'm telling Dad is quite possibly one of the most ear-bleeding, annoying moments on the entire show. And is probably the most frustrating moment of this episode. I hate Lola with a burning passion in this episode, and is the reason why Lola was my least favorite character back in 2018 when I first watched the show. All because of this episode and a little bit of Sounds of Silence, but she really got on my nerves in Sleuth or Consequences. And then So then Lynn Sr. tells everyone that everyone is grounded until he finds out who actually clogged the toilet. So Lincoln has to go on a little um, quest, I guess you could say, or he goes to investigate everyone and interrogates everyone on who actually clogged the toilet. So then we get some disgusting moments, such as the Lynn moment, where she basically says meatball subs are kind of gonna make her crap, and then the end of the episode, the believe it's the last joke where she wins the game she went through, and then she has to take a crap, and then Lana says they need Big Bertha again, and that's just disgusting. And then you get the interrogation with Lenny, like I already said, that kind of made me laugh, and the interrogation with Luna. Honestly, all the interrogation scenes, except for Lynn and Lisa, because Lisa's moment was also pretty disgusting. That's pretty much two poop jokes in one episode. Or was there more? I haven't seen this episode in like almost a year, so it's kind of a little bit fogged up. But yeah, pretty much all the interrogation scenes are like the best part of the episode, especially Lenny and Luna's. But it gets worse because Lincoln and Lucy find out that a Princess Pony book was the thing that was clogging the toilet, so they figured that Lola was the one who flushed it down the toilet. And I don't care, Twitter. Sorry, guys. And then Lola says she didn't do it, and even she has standards. So then Lincoln finds out Lucy was the one who actually did it. And then at first he tells her to fess up, but then she says she is going to be made fun of like 10 times more than Lincoln was with his Ace Savvy costume. And then they go downstairs. Lucy is about to tell them that she did it, but then Lincoln, being the good brother that he is, tells them that he clogged the toilet. And then everyone basically laughs at him, and I facepalm. And then, just to end it all off with such a wonderful moment, Lynn Sr. grounds Lincoln. What wonderful parenting. But I guess you could say it kind of makes up for it at the end because of Lucy sort of making a little comic for Lincoln. That's very cute, and yeah, it seems like I may be giving a couple of positive things to this episode, but the negatives in this episode are some of the worst negatives of the entire show. They just make me super angry, such as everyone laughing at Lincoln's costume, the toilet clogging blame, all the really gross poop jokes, and Lola. So it may not seem like I hate this episode as much as No Such Luck, but the problems are significantly bigger and more annoying in this episode. So that is why, guys, I'm giving Sleuth or Consequences a 1.5 out of 10. It's not my absolute least favorite episode of the show, but to say that this episode is a masterpiece, I would literally laugh in your face. Well, I don't know if I do that. I'm not that mean, but I totally disagree with you. This is one of my top 5 or at least 10 worst episodes of the show. And yeah, I consider this episode worse than No Such Luck. Finally, this review is out. And this took me like at least 20 takes to film this episode or this review, and I'm kind of glad it's over because I have taken so many takes. But Thomas the Train Fan 2008, this is for you. You've been requesting this for the past month or so, and it's finally out. So I hope it was worth the wait. My next Loud House review, I think, should be obvious because it's coming out tomorrow, but sometime this or next week, the next Loud House review is going to be a review of the Loud House movie. I'm pretty excited for this, especially since it's only one day away now. That should be coming out this or next week. And then after I review that, I'm going to make a little tiny update at the end explaining well, I'll leave it to the end of the next video, because this is the end of this video. Gaming Do here, see you later, bye.